Pleased to join you from the always raucous Cleveland Browns Stadium in downtown Cleveland, Ohio. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Cleveland Browns. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Now a late signee let go by Minnesota in June. It's Dalvin Cook. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And out across midfield down to the 45. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
First down, Steelers.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against an interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at their 38. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. The Browns at 7-2 here on the year. They were losers last time out, but winners of 7 of 9 prior to that.
And last week they took one on the chin, but to me, this is a pretty resilient bunch. So I don't think they'll dwell too much on that loss, and they'll be looking to come out in this one and make amends right now.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Get the boy down, he's coming.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in Week 2. And it was the visiting Browns who got the victory then, so they'll look for the season sweep here in Cleveland. 2nd down and 6 now. A shotgun snap for Watson. And Watson has enough for the first down yardage as he slides to the turf. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
That's good for another Cleveland Browns. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll run with Chubb. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They'll try the air now with Watson. And he's got it. Touchdown. David Njoku, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Steelers take over a first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. 72 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
I don't care what the game plan was coming in. After these runs,
you're running it, right?
you make sure you keep circling on your play sheet, running plays that are working, and keep patting those big offensive linemen on the back. They're doing a great job.
Goes without saying the defense is going to have to adjust to it.
In a big way, and they've got to figure out, do they have to sell out to stop the run, or can they just do it better than what they've done so far? Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Mahomes now to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And another long drive from the offense, but the defense is denying them the end zone. Nothing to show for the last drive offensively. They can't come away empty-handed again.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And the first play will be a field goal try. Kicking into a headwind here in the 2nd quarter. Boswell's kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Browns drive about to get started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left, early in November, but they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
They made a nice effort to stick him in a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Back to throw, Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
3rd and 2. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than...
This is caught inside the 15. A big play that time for Cleveland. And even 40 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now Chubb running right. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow. This guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Two minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. A line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Chubb. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. Chubb is in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And now it's blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Here's 2nd and 10. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? From the gun, here's Watson. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. On first down, Watson. And he's got his receiver, Cooper. Touchdown, Browns. Amari Cooper, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And just shutting him off there. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Open man. There's Darnell Washington. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. They go play fake. Mahomes. Flush to his right. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on first and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt a kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together. So they can...
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
This is it. Hey, 31. Hey, 59! 55!
Up the middle, it's Chubb. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. And how about this land out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee you, he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. A big play that time for Cleveland. 45 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Here's Chubb on the read option. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Throw left side complete. That's Johnson. Touchdown! Deontay Johnson from 10 yards out. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Escaping the pressure right. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And this is cut inside the 5. A big play that time for Cleveland. 45 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
At the 5-yard line.
And again, it's Chubb. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal, they're going with Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is now 24. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And Browns are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47.
64.
After the interception, here's Watson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Keanu Benton in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Here's Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 3rd down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
The throw left side to start the drive is complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Watson's throw complete there to Johnson. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's Watson. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Hey, 59. Hey, 59.
Out of the gun, Watson. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Browns get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
41. Steelers 10.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like...
There he goes, right side. Dalvin Cook. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Dalvin Cook, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers get a bit closer. Extra point put through by Boswell. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Oh, I think they got it. Yes, the Steelers have it. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. This offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Cook following the penalty. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Wow, 185 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Calvin Austin from 10 yards out. And the Steelers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. That, of course, all set up by the big run on the play prior. They took advantage right away with the touchdown throw.
And you mentioned advantage. Probably taking advantage of their natural instinct after that previous play to be aggressive and rush towards the line of scrimmage. And instead, they were vulnerable to the pass.
Now Patrick going to change the play. Mahomes will throw for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Steelers.
2nd down at 6 now from the 42. Watson off play action. Steps away to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. A shotgun snap for Watson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. It's another touchdown pass for Deshaun Watson, his 5th of the afternoon. And the Browns look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point good by Hopkins. And they open the lead up now to 25. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Second down and a yard. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Cook. Dances by him. Taking it right down Broadway. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Dalvin Cook, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
22 yards there, a first down. Watson now to throw. That's going to be caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And a timeout taken. Just 6 seconds away from the 2-minute warning. This defense wanted to stop the clock prior to that, and they do. Here's Chubb on the read option. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Browns add on to their 4th quarter lead, and they are on their way to improving to 8-2. Hopkins with the extra point, and that will bump the lead up to 26. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Dalvin Cook, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Dalvin Cook, 75 yards. And the Steelers get a bit closer. Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll make this a 19-point ball game. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Watson changing the play. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And now they're in the hurry-up. Watson on first down. And that's going to be caught for the Browns. Touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point good by Hopkins, and that will bump the lead up to 26. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
On first and 10, here's Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. That's caught inside the 20. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Calvin Austin, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Steelers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles. So the final seconds of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've earned this victory. No question who the better team was out there in this game. And frankly, the score could have been a lot worse than it was. Give them a lot of credit for how they played in this one.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. And a sack. They get to him defensively, but the flag comes in, and I think the D jumped.
Well, they'll accept that penalty, and that will, of course, move the football up the field.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance, that they're going to cherish.
So for Cleveland, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7.